All right, guys. Well, I guess this is part 4 of the sacrifice of Dee Dee Blanchard. All right, guys. First, first, please like, subscribe, and share. Let's please get this around. Right, not for me, but for the truth. All right. A little more light housekeeping. There are sprinklings, and I'm getting these videos, and I'm getting people saying these things in comments quite a lot. They're being placed in my comments strategically, and in my opinion, and they're saying this: Aurora has microdeletion, and that is why Gypsy has hidden her from the public and doesn't even talk about her, because she's got some pretty bad things going with it. Okay, it's in my comments everywhere for some reason. It's just sprung up. No one said that before, because what is she going to say? They tested her and she came out big dramatic saying, "Oh, Ken and I are happy to report that our lovely Aurora does not have the microdeletion." And didn't she even show us the report? Okay, they don't make mistakes on that, guys. That's saying that there is a gene or two missing on the first chromosomal plate on those two sets on one string of it. And then since mitotic division copies it exactly over and over and over, that means every cell in her fucking body has that one little thing missing. Get it? Micro means like real small. Deletion, it's deleted. It's not there. Okay? And it's very, very, very extremely rare, first of all. And she already told us the baby doesn't have it. So that's not going to work. Don't go for it. And don't go for it if she starts crying and goes, "I know I lied and told you first that she didn't have it when she really did have it because I was embarrassed and ashamed." And she's already at a disadvantage being my daughter. Okay, we'll have to rehash that too. You already know. So don't let her do it. Don't let the motherfucker do it. All right, let's talk about Ken. I'm Ken, not Ken. Nick. Ooh, Freudian slip. All right, the men of Gypsy Rose. All right, let's talk about Nick's role in all this. Okay, I told you he's the scapegoat, also in the ritual. Okay, Nick arrives, I guess, around 2 because it was 1:29. He's telling him, he's supposed to be on the way. All right, now they've cleaned up as much as they can. They got her in there. They got it dimly lit. Remember, they made a recording of her when they were doing this, and this is very important. This comes into play. Now, you guys are going to have to remember what occurred at those police interviews / interrogations, whatever, because number one, I only got 15 minutes, remember, and number two, I don't do all that fancy editing and all that crazy shit. I just open the camera and talk to you and then post it. Okay, whatever happens. Or I would edit in the small excerpts of the interrogation saying it, and then I would come back and do the commentary and all that shit, like Nina and all those people that are good at this shit, Toddy and all them, Becca Scoops, the ones that are good at this type of shit. God, if I had one of them here to help me, oh my God, it'd be glorious. But I could learn it, but I'm not going to sit down and do all that shit. Or I would, but any of you that are invested in this case have seen the police interviews. If not, listen, Plaucina the Beauty Influence. That's where I go when I want to reference. I just go right to her because she's got one on there. It's kind of far back, I think, but where it's both of them right in a row. You ain't got to go nowhere else, just right there. She's not even, I don't even think she's doing any commentary in it, if I recall. I think it's just, she just plays them back to back. All right, well, we're going to reference Nick's a lot, okay? Now, remember, Gypsy's immediately goes in there trying to throw him under the bus, right? Nick immediately is trying his best to save her ass and is willing to take the fall all on his own in order to save her because he loves her, right? Okay. All right. Nick finally gets there, okay? Now, she's supposed to, listen to me. David Blanchard, again, was the one leading this. Everything's symbolic. Everything is going to be filmed, remember? Obviously, she carved that thing on her mother's back because then she got a trophy tattoo of the same thing. Obviously, I mean, I don't know this part. I'm opining. There was a picture or something there for reference that she did, and she was told to carve that on there and put exactly 13 stab wounds in her, right? 13 is very significant and symbolic with bad luck and all this shit. You guys know that. Friday the 13th, and there's all kinds of things with that, but I can't go into it. I don't have time. 4. Then This is why I think Gypsy went in the room with him, and he's lying to try to cover her. Because then she was told to make sure that he puts in 4 wounds, because that's very fucking symbolic with sacrifice and with evil and all this shit. Okay? And then what's even more significant, you know, these people with their numbers, signs, and symbols is 13 plus 4 is fucking 17. 17 in the Latin, in Italy and Latin countries, is unlucky and associated with evil. They don't have Friday the 13th in Italy. They have Friday the 17th in fucking Italy. Okay? In ancient Hebrew, 17 is associated with sin. Osiris. You guys know anything about Osiris? We can't go down that. I don't have time. Look it up. That's the heart of everything at the top of Freemasons. That's one of their false gods they're into. Osiris. They associate 17 with him because, and he's as evil as they come, because they say he died on the 17th of the fucking month. There's more with the 17. I just can't think of them right now. There's more. Go look that shit up. All right. So that's why there was 13 she was told to do there and I guarantee you there was something laid out that she was copying. It was a torture ritual. They took time doing this, guys. Carving on her. Imagine. They may have had her drugged or something, though. I don't know that detail. Well, he's filming all this, and he's instructing her, 13. And then the scapegoat's going to come do his 4 with sacrificial deal and all this that goes with 4. Together, it makes 17. All right? You guys get it? These people are sick and crazy and fucked up, man. What can I tell you? Then this dumb whore gets out and makes a trophy on her back of the thing she carved on her own mother's back. Do you understand how evil this motherfucker is? Okay? And now she's about to take her boyfriend and trick him and throw him under the bus. Here's how. Okay? Number one, the one thing I think Nick lied about is either he went in there alone at first and then she came in to help him, because she was supposed to get him 4 stabs and get him the fuck out of there and make him think he killed her. Just in case the real final plan doesn't work. And it's a good thing they did that, because she failed with the real final plan, and they should have never put in her head. They should have never that's where they fucked up. They told her, we have to do this first, just in case you're not able to kill him in the end. And they put in her fucking head, well, they have a backup plan. It's okay, I guess, if I don't kill him. Sorry, excuse me. They should have never, ever done that. I know that sounds horrible and crazy, but they should have never done that. Okay. Okay. So here we go. Nick arrives. You're supposed to get him in and out. Then she's supposed to, okay, either, like I said, I believe that she went in there and assisted him doing the 4 and got him out. And then she said, oh, you helped me take her out. Because here's the deal, okay? Here's his part of the ritual. I'll get to this now. And why he thinks this. She said, this is a binding ritual. We killed our mother together, and taking her soul into the afterlife has bound you and I together spiritually, like a wedding in the afterworld, in heaven and all this shit, she told him, by taking my mother's life and sacrificing her. Because you helped me and gave me freedom and released me from my mother. And you just also, this was a binding ritual. You bound us to in heaven in the afterlife. This is what this bitch told him to get him to do this, as evidenced by the text message that we've seen recovered to his friend Lori, where he's saying, oh my God, I've got to do these things that defy nature, and I can't stand it. I hate what I have to do, but I'll do it if I have to keep her. This is what this crazy bitch told him. You want to be with me, you want to stay with me, we're going to have to do this. I'm not the type of girl that's going to be with someone and all this that's not married. This is how twisted, manipulated this whore is to this autistic boy. Okay? Man, I'm sorry. Oh, we're bound. So this is why I can't recall this part. If someone can refresh my memory in the comments, or maybe I'm crazy. Did not Nick at some point make a statement from prison or an interview or some shit where he was bent when he heard that she got married to Ryan? Because, whoa, hold up. Whoa. We're supposed to be bound together, married together forever, and bound in the afterlife and in God's eyes in this shit because we sacrificed her mother. Whoa, hold up. This is what this whore told him. And he believes this to this day. Okay, so, oh my God, where am I at? All right, so He thinks now that this is the deal. So she gets him out of the bedroom as quick as possible. Dee Dee was long gone before he got there. Probably at least an hour or two, I'm sure. Get him in and out. Now, what he heard from, here's the key part, guys. And pay attention. Because this is important. Nick says when he walked in, she looked at him and said, "Who are you?" Remember? No, she didn't. That was a recording. That's when she saw Ace Bannister in a mask. They were joking and saying about it, about how they got this recording. She didn't know who he was in the mask. That's when she said, "Who are you?" Way earlier when they recorded to trick him. Let me tell you something. Who are you? She liked Nick. Plenty of interviews. She loved Nick. She was glad. Finally, she was with some timid little boyfriend that really loved her and wasn't trying to use and abuse her like all these other old men that were passing around like a piece of fucking meat. And I posted an article with a video. Someone took it down or banned my whole account. I don't know. It's somewhere where there was an article just prior to her murder where she said verbatim, Gypsy's dating a man named Nick. And I believe she said to go to John too. Don't quote me on that. And she said this. And they're so much in love, and it's lovely to see. Verbatim, that's the verbiage she used, fucking lovely. She knew Nick damn well. I've got more than 3 people that said she invited Nick, because he lives so far away in Wisconsin, could come and stay for a long weekend or even maybe a little longer at their home as long as he slept in the guest bedroom. She says, I'm not having unmarried people like that together under my roof, sleeping together. That's not happening. And there are a lot of people like that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's lots of people like that. She knew what they would be doing behind her and all this, but she's not but you're not going to wake up in the morning and then I see my kid in bed with some dude. That's not happening in my home. They're not married. So she knew exactly who he was. So that takes care of that. All right. Now, the yelling out, Gypsy, Gypsy, don't hurt me. Gypsy wasn't even in the room, I thought. Right? That was the recording they played to trick him. This shit with her moving, he either was imagining that or, because I don't know how they played the recording. I'm going to have to get to some more of this in the next video. My time's running out. I don't know if she was in the other room and had a mechanism to play it from the other room. I don't know if they had Bluetooth or any of that shit back then, or just there was a speaker in the room and she could play it from there. I don't know. But they played that so he would think she was still alive and that he took her out. That he's the one that took her out. You understand that? That's important. Okay? So they play this stupid recording for her, so he thinks it's her. Right? Now, I don't know if either she played it from another room or if one of those dudes were still in that room. I don't know how the layout of the room. Was he in a closet? Was he on the side of the bed because I know she just took him in there on one side and said, just do the deed and get done. I don't know. Did maybe someone tug and move her a little bit at first just to make him think? I don't know. But you guys, the police asked him and he said he was on her back and he was stabbing her. And she said, well, did he move her? No, she didn't move or struggle at all. Go watch the police interview, guys. Everything I'm telling you is the truth, you guys. Listen to me. The genital mutilation, that bitch detective was trying to put that on him. She was told to go in there with the #1 aim of putting that on him. Because if they would have put that up in front of a fucking jury and said, this animal did this, look at this animal did that to her, that would have been it. It's a wrap. They would have given a fuck about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. They would have convicted him and gave him the fucking death penalty. And I'll see you in the next video.